Shalom. Wouldn't start for souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Shah, Bashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom in the world ignorantly calls God Jehovah. Yahweh, his real name is Yahweh. The Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, meaning in, Ha meaning done, Sham meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. This is a just a quick one. The news of the day, if you will. Right, this is unsettling and unprecedented. Washington D.C. mayor responds to Trump's federal takeover of city police. Now, one of the things the first thing that came to my mind is, wait, Dad, what about like places like Chicago? Right? Yeah, maybe you could say this is because that's where the capital is and things like that. But if the reason is for as you see here, Trump vows to clean up DC crime, right? Despite sharp drop in violence. So if you can do it there, right, you're gonna have, and to be fair, something I could have done, right, and really just seen what the what the response on Twitter is, right, about these people to be these Edomites to basically be like how they have received this news, okay. In that they love talking about Jake, right? They love mentioning, what about Chicago? What about where them niggas are at, right? Etc. 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 Right? So yeah, let's read some of this. Right? It says White House official confirms that the federal takeover. So and then that was the thing as well. The police were gonna be under the control of the federal government. Okay. Yeah, so in fact I'm seeing this one here, right? So it says sources. Well, in fact I'll just read it from here, right? But this is why the apostles, right? Talk about Trump in the way that they do, right? And that he is that cruel Lord, right? It's Isaiah 19:4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts." So you're gonna basically you're basically gonna end up with this man showing his horns more and more, okay. Wow. So I'm just just seeing certain things on my other screen, right? Yeah, see, I knew it. That's what I was looking for. Right? So like, can you just bring it in, just prepare it, and then I'll bring it into this screen, right? Because I was just looking for something that I was gonna try and find a way to basically put Jake up in the cut, right? So let me move this to this screen, right? This is what, if this is true, this is wild, right? So it's saying Washington D.C. is not a U.S. city, capital territory, but more dangerous than third world countries. Right, so it says 2024 murder rate per 100,000. Okay, now one thing that I always say is to basically always verify statistics, especially when you're seeing them like this, right? Because when you're basically showing a per 100,000, it's like, yeah, but okay, then you're comparing you're not necessarily comparing apples to apples. When you look at Delhi, for instance, right? Delhi, that's probably going to be several hundred million. So what I'm going to do in the other screen as well, I'm going to say, let me say, this is an image from who posted it. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't even know how verifiable this source is. This is an image. Giving murder rate per 100,000. What is this in real numbers, right? But the point I wanted to make here, right, is at the bottom you see there, it says, "I think I know what the issue is. Blacks 44%." Oh man, Esau's the devil, right? This was the devil. So, bro, this is why I hate this AI sometimes. Like, it says I'm gonna need to do this, and then it doesn't do it. So let's carry on. So let's read this again. Right? Isaiah 19:4. The Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Right. So he's gonna start coming down more and more, right? Because once again he is in the back end of his kingdom. Okay. So yeah, bro. It is just they've just released this new version of Chat GPT, and it's just not, I've heard a few complaints. I'll just leave it at that, right? But let's read this. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, both to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, right? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, right? So he knows that he's got a short time, right? And so this is so we finally got there, and this is why it's you got to be very careful about some of the stats that Esau will put, because when you're saying approximate rate per 100,000, right? So we looked at that. So I just basically did some eyeballing. So once again, this is eyeballing, right? We're not and that's even assuming that this is a these are accurate numbers. They've got the seal there, but anyone can put a seal on anything, right? So that basically puts Washington DC at look at that. 1,401 murders per year, right? But Bogota, right, with a population of 11.7 million, that's 1,700, right? Mexico City, right, is 2,251, okay? Lima 909, right? And then Delhi, when you're putting Delhi on this list, basically saying, look how not third world Delhi is, right? Which, hey man, that's one of them places you ain't going Lord's War. I'm never in India for any reason, bro, because that's one of them places I just have, that's just one of them places, man. Them Elamites, man, there's something else. But that's 347 murders, right? But that's from a population of 35 million people, right? So you're not comparing apples to apples whatsoever. Okay, so that is it. You just gotta be very careful about how he presents data to you. Okay, but that's it. So if this guy, which it's saying it's a thingy, right? It's a parody. It's saying that it's a parody account, right? Your other people are looking at this. Okay, other people are looking at this and they're like, yeah, why isn't it being also enacted in places like Chicago, enacted in places like where Jake is, right? So you're gonna start seeing more and more, right, this coming down, upon Jake, because this is unprecedented. As you see here, it's unprecedented, right? And that's it, man. But I mean, we could kind of carry on, but it's what do you call it, thing. We all get the sense of where this thing is going. Okay, so as always, Lord was edifying to the next, and we say shalom.